Bună ziua for the Romanian colleagues. Don't worry, I will not speak Romanian, but if you speak French, then it helps you a lot, to be very frank, and the Russian helps as well. I was thinking that, is it a punishment or is it an honor to be the last? But the very last is the wine, okay? So I don't take, I hope that I can wake you up. To be frank with you, I am an economist, and I would like to show you the recruitment business a little bit from a broader perspective, from economic point of view. About Randstad, maybe some of you heard about this tiny Dutch company who is actually has a big inspiration. We would like to be the world's most equitable and specialized talent company. So we have millions and millions of people in our database, and we try to help them to get to the job. And to be frank with you, I am really feeling very honored always that I don't say that we are like doctors, but if we are giving a job to somebody, then we are changing the life, and it makes our life really very, very useful. And I think you feel the same as recruiters. So Randstad is a 25 billion revenue company. I'm always saying about more, that we are bigger than the Hungarian biggest company. And sometimes we are in the Fortune 500, sometimes not. And sometimes not is because more and more Chinese companies are getting into the Fortune 500. So most probably we will never be again, or not soon at least. We are strong in Japan and China as well. Why it is important? Because we are employing 600,000 people and we are placing 283,000 people every year, so it gives some insights for us. And what are the insights? Because I would like to tell you that today I would like to talk about a lot of data. So we just published 1 month ago a work monitor in 34 countries, 27,000 people. A Randstad Employer Brand research, 172,000 people were asked in 32 markets. And of course, Czech Republic, Poland, Hungary, and Romania were inside. Or we are making B2B studies. So in Hungary, but we did the same in Czech and Romania, but just for an example, 353 companies answered to us in the beginning of the year. So these are a little bit the sources, what I'd like to talk about it. First of all, and you know it, but I would like to remind you, don't see the details, but you can see last year and this year forecast as well, that CEE region is much darker blue. So we are having a better economic forecast and a better economic growth than most of Europe. Whether it's good or not, because they are very, very slow, but still there is a convergence, and this is a good news for us. But if we go a little bit deeper inside, and I will show you the different data, we were asking in Hungary, you remember this almost 400 companies, that only 45%, less than half, were expecting higher net sales growth. So the business grows at less than half of the companies, which gives a lot of challenges, and I will tell you why. How it is in Czech, it's only 28%, so less than 1/3 who thinks that the net sales will grow. And in Romania, it's 41%, so they are more positive. But more than half is not sure, and they don't know about it. And then one more thing which is not very proud. Again, the blue were dark. So last year, we were on the podium, at least the countries where I work, Czech Republic, Romania, and Hungary, we were on the podium of the inflation. Somebody should have told the politicians who like the competition that it's not good to be number one in Europe in inflation, because it screw up, of course, the jobs, and at least I am paid in foreign, so you can imagine. But again, this year, outlook, again, you can see it's much lighter blue, but inflation still is with us. And then why it is important for recruitment. Look at Hungary. What is the biggest issue in recruitment in Hungary? By far, and is growing, unrealistic salary expectations. So I'm always telling the story. Young, fresh grad, IT specialist, first salary he would like to have, 1 million forint, 2,500 euros brutto. And then the offer is 1,200, 500, so 500, half, and then he accepts it. So have you ever been to the Marrakesh carpet market? So this is a little bit like that. So not realistic salary expectation. And guess what? The Czech colleagues are exactly the same, 82%, the biggest problem. And Romania, exactly the same. I'm always saying that the three countries have nothing to have common together, but in this respect, yes, we have high inflation, and the salary expectations are high, and this is very normal as well. People got used to very quick real wage growth. And they don't understand that the companies are not growing, so they cannot afford to give and follow the inflation last year at least and this year. One more thing. If you finished business school, then you heard about the trap of medium development, and that's what we were struggling a little bit in this region. So, and you see even today, we are not very efficient in our work, especially Hungary. We are producing only, you see that $35 an hour, so GDP. And from this 35,000, we should give to the capital owner, so the investor, the government, and then we keep something. And in Hungary, we are very bad because we are giving a lot to the investor and very few to the people who are working. A little bit better in Romania, a little bit better in Czech Republic, but we are far away from the dying Germany, from the dying Austria. So we say, oh, what a big problem in Germany. Look at what a big problem. They are producing $68 an hour. So please don't forget, we are far away from them yet. In Hungary, I'm always listening that, oh, everybody finishes university, higher degrees. So how to get out of this medium development trap is education, one of the easiest things. And look at the dark blue slide. In Hungary, we are very, very low, the proportion of the generations who are finishing higher education, which is not very good. Look at the same in Czech Republic now, it's this Turkeys, the same. They are very, very good in medium size, so nobody is very much the lower skills, so they are good as a masters, but they are very few in the universities as well. Again, this is a risk and this is a threat. And then it's coming the new generation. I'm an old and I don't understand digitals in my age. But look at the 16 to 29 years old. And this is scary in Hungary. We are above digital skills, much less than the European average. And the good news for me, as I'm working in Czech, they are at least the Czechs. They know the digital skills higher than the European average. It gives them the hope to break out from this trap of medium. And then I heard a lot about demographic pressure, and you should know that the sociologists say that 2.2 children per family ensures that we can keep our country stable. Look at, in Hungary we have 1.5, Czech 1.6, 1.7 in Romania, and much worse in all over Europe. You see the Latin lovers, 1.2 Italy, 1.1 Spain. Who are the Latin lovers? They are not. So they are dying nations. This is not funny at all. So we are laughing about it, but this is how it is. So, and they try to attract. They try to attract people. So, of course, Spain and Italy are one of the major destinations of my Romanian people, friends. We will see about Hungarians. But shortly the long story, there is a fight for the talents. That's for clear. And we were asking, and it's very typical in the other countries, not, a little bit less in Czech Republic. Look at this, the Z generation, only 41% is not considering to leave Hungary. It means that they are the adventure seekers, so they are the real adventurers, they want to stay in Hungary. The normal, the majority, would like to go. Which is for, I understand it. I worked as well in France for 3 years, but I was sure that I would come back. Will they come back if they leave? And then the funny thing is that even the generation which is older than me, 1/3 is still considering that they are leaving. So where are you going, my friend? This is retirement, so why don't you stay here? In Hungary is much nicer than in the Bastille Square in Paris, so. AI, you liked AI, you heard so much about it, you are fed up with AI. But I would like to say something about AI. This is only 19% of the Hungarian companies who use or who consider, who plans to use. So 81%, they have no idea. Even the basic somethings. And one thing I would like to tell you, and that's what I like in AI, there you can invest millions of euros and so on in these projects, like in an ATS system and so on. But here in AI, at least in my company in Hungary, my colleagues prepared a 3-time training how to use AI. And they taught each other how to find the candidates, how to understand more the job descriptions, how to verify that this text is original or it is not. And then we were asking about the people, what do they think? And nobody knows what the AI brings, that's clear. But at least the people don't feel the wind yet. So they say, I expect to lose my job 5%. So nobody actually is expecting to lose the job. And this is, my guess is, this is not true. Little impact, 31%. So I think it will be, at Randstad we are quite positive and we think that it will augment our capabilities and we can have much more time to think about and talk to our candidates, but we will see. Attracting talent, and this is a funny story. 2 years ago, 89% in Hungary was thinking that, okay, let's enlarge the company. Everybody was hiring. Oh, this was the best year of Randstad, I am telling you. Last year, 34% said the blue. We are enlarging. This year is only 30%. But I would like to point one thing, the 17%. So I'm coming back to the inflation and net sales growth. So this is in Hungarian we call silent right sizing. So people are leaving, we don't replace them. And this is the source to increase the salaries, let's be honest. So we are trying to reorganize, right size, and this is 17% of the companies they don't replace if somebody is leaving. What about my Czech colleagues? This is much less even, 25% would like to increase. What about in Romania? The Romanians are going ahead much quicker, so 33% are still increasing their headcount. Very funny. Consider work important. So this is very important to understand. So one is the global, this is the blue, and then Europe. Then you can see Hungary, and the Hungarians consider the work is important. The Polish and Romanians, you love your work and you are enthusiastic, very good. Czechs, this is not important. And the Austrians, oh, they have their beer, they are funny, fine. So this is interesting. But now is coming the but. Because if you see by generation, I was very proud. Hungarians consider the work important. But if you go boomers, Gen X, millennials, so even the Y generation, we were better than average, and Gen Z, they don't give a damn about the work. So even the Hungarians are below the worldwide average, okay? So I'm talking to Apple. So the worldwide generation, we Hungarians, we are worse, so we don't consider the work. So it's not to the generation Y and X, but compared to the worldwide average. Career ambitions. So you Polish and Romanians, you are damn ambitious, and you are the future. Look at the Hungarians, and the Czech. No, we like where we are. Okay, so let's not move. Let's move a little bit more serious thing. So how it works, this table. So what is very difficult, so hiring intention is the X and the Y is hiring difficulties. And of course, engineering, IT, technology, production is difficult and demanded. What is new? You are getting now sleeping now. If it is like that, but it is very interesting. You can see the arrows. It's going down. And I was thinking that we are coming out with IT now from the difficult one last year. Actually, you know that we have a lot of applicants now in IT as well. And it is coming from the Silicon Valley. You know very well that 500,000 people were fired there. A lot of Hungarian and Romanian and all the European companies, we were working for the US companies. The Hungarian government was very nice, cutting all the investments in IT. So as well, this is not helping. But you can see that that's still very demanded, but yeah, we have much difficult times. And production engineering, the same. All the three countries where I am working, we are dependent on the German economy and the German car industry. And guess what? The German cars are not demanded, even though they are shifting the production a lot to us. So the BMW factory is being built. Mercedes Kecskemét will double the capacity. We know that as well that Ford and Dacia is the only good brand for Renault. We know it very well. So, but still, all the tier 1 suppliers are suffering a lot. And you can see as well in Czech Republic, engineering is demanded, but you can see the IT is difficult but not demanded. This shows already the situation. And Romania, I was pinpointing now, they would like to sell. You were producing a lot, and now you are, and then the salespeople are having. You are very young, and I am the oldest in this, and mainly the ladies, you are very, very young, everybody. So if you happen to have a child and you are giving a job advice to them for career advice, please ask them not to become HR, legal, or marketing, because this job is not okay for the future, okay? So that's, I used to be sales and marketing. Job switching behavior, I heard a lot. So the question was, the last half year, how many people were switching the job? So in every country, it's around 8,000 people. So it's a vast, really representative sample. In Hungary, 15% of the people changed the job. And 30% considering to change. 1, 2, 3. You are considering. 1, 2. We are so please bear in mind. You consider. Okay, sorry. Let's start again. István, you don't consider. Okay. Third, you are considering. Okay. Joke beside, why it is important? Because you have to know that the people are considering to change the jobs. And when I hear that my attrition is 1%, maybe this is not very healthy and this is bullshit, okay? I know that you must not say something like that here, but what about in Czech Republic? 18%, you change even more in Czech Republic, but only every fourth is considering the change, but still a lot. And what about Romania? 14% change, 26, every fourth is considering. So what I like very much, we are making this employer brand study 11 years in Hungary, and I see more and more companies, or almost all the serious companies, are considering employer branding very, very tough. So they know that you have to work, and it's not all about the salary. There are much more, and I will show you what is much more. What are the drivers of the choice where we are? So let's see the Czech people. Some people tell me, salary is not the most important. Salary is not the most important. Yes, it is the most important. So you would like, and the best example is, I'm always joking about the Germans, so I love Germany. Audi, we are the best employer of Hungary. We don't have to increase the salaries. Next day, strike. 2 weeks, they lost a hell of a money, so very welcome to the world, of course. And I think and then you see the Czech people the same. So second one, financially healthy. And this is, you are underestimating a lot. You think that your company is stable, you don't have to explain. You have to. And I will see it in other countries as well. Please emphasize, your company is stable. Randstad is 64 years old, and we would like to stay another 64 years in the market. So that's what the people don't, they are always, there is a hidden agenda. Why they are not emphasizing that we are a stable company? So whenever you are making your job ad, or you are asking AI to make your job ad, make sure that these pleasant work atmosphere, job security, work-life balance, all these 5, somehow they are considered. Yeah, what about the Hungarians? Attractive salary, again, yes, the same. By the way, I saw one country, Norway, where not the salary is important. You are joking. The Norwegians, so high salary, of course they don't care about the money because they have the money. They drive green cars and they give all the world the oil, so they are the funny guys in the world. Pleasant work atmosphere. I would like to say one word about the pleasant work atmosphere, because this is you. The company management, what you create in the company. It doesn't cost a lot of times money. Think about it, it's so important. Yeah, work-life balance, we come back to that. And the Romanians provide salary and benefits, of course. Fosters a pleasant atmosphere. You see, we are quite the same in the region. What about the sector choices, where people would like to work? Let's see Hungary. And this is very interesting. So the black part would be that is very well-known sector and people like to work. And that was very interesting. The telecom used to be always the very wished and favorite sector. There are some changes in the ownership in Hungary. All of a sudden, they slip down. So don't think a moment that you can stay forever. On the other side, you look at the retailers. Retailers will consider, it's not good to work because you cannot go home and you cannot open the shop from home, and this is a hard work. But I would like to tell you that these guys, they work hard on a lot on employer branding, how to make work-life balance sure. So to work, if it's necessary, just 6 hours, but you to get to the kindergarten after the work, and so on and so forth. So you can see that the retailers are growing. And there is another one. IT is very popular in Hungary. BSS is the shared service sectors in the former name. And you know that in Czech Republic, Romania, this is one of the major industries. And these are not anymore the customer service, first level IT help desk. More and more added value jobs are coming, and then you can earn a lot. And look at it. And they are making a lot of common efforts in their organization like ABSL and so on. Look at what the result is. They are the second most wanted sector in Hungary. Not well known yet, but it's coming. What about the Romanians? IT technology, I was admiring always Romania. Long time you were not asking income tax from the software developers. Now you introduced it, so I think it was a big mistake. Anyhow, IT is very popular. So even Randstad has 400 IT outsourced people in Sibiu. So this is a very much, and then you can see that automotive, yeah, Romania is traditionally a lot of automotive companies and then tier one suppliers. So you can see a little bit the difference. Yeah. And then what about Czech Republic? This is really shocking me that the business services, and you have as well a lot of business services around the country, even better than IT and telecom and automotive. You know, when I was reading first time that even Hungary is producing more cars now than Italy, and I'm not talking about Slovakia and Czech Republic, which are really paradise for automotive and car industry, you can see that, of course, Skoda first, but all the others as well, very, very popular sectors. So this was all my presentation. I was trying to keep it very much on time. I would like to tell you all just what you can take away. So the situation in Central Eastern Europe, I think, is still okay. The economic forecast is fine. We have one enemy, this is the inflation, which is eating our profit and making challenges in the remuneration, in the salaries. We have a problem as well with the labor force, but we have still better off than the Latin lovers. You remember that? So I think we have to keep as much as possible. I love Romania very much when they are saying that why you are going to Germany or to Italy. I am going to your village, bringing you to the factory, giving you 2 hot foods and a shelter, a hostel. And then on Friday, I'm bringing you back to your village of Transylvania. And then please calculate now. Calculate what? How much does it cost 2 hot meal in Germany? How much does it cost an accommodation in Germany? At the end of the month, how much can you have? And then compare it. And basically, that's not much difference. So this is how we have to fight with every means to keep the people at home and to attract as much as possible the added value jobs. What I like very much, of course, that in Bucharest, my room is always cleaned by a young 20-year-old boy from Sri Lanka. I don't know because he doesn't speak English, so I cannot ask where does it come from. I hope that we can attract more people like the shared services where sometimes in Budapest, and this is the same in every country, 80 different nationalities are working under one roof, giving a huge added value to the economy. And I think it is what we have to do to attract the best people. So I hope that I gave you some energy to go to the wine tasting afterwards, and thank you for your attention.